I'm gonna hang it up on my fireplace in a
Nice.
glass box. Maybe have it rotating constantly.
We keep stuff relatively simple here. There's no big mixing board or anything. I do everything in the box, which is just on Pro Tools and in the computer. I'm a big plug-in guy. But this live room we're sitting in is the first time, pretty much ever, I've had like a really good room to like track live drums in. Old covers a lot of times were programmed drums that me and Tim would just sit there and I'd be like, all right, what would you play? And he'd sit there and just kind of be like, okay, this would be it. But the last year or so, we've been doing everything live and it's been really awesome. My setup in the control room is pretty simple. I use a Universal Audio Apollo interface for pretty much everything. I use a lot of their plugins. Everything you see in a studio that's like in a huge rack that costs $1 million is available for thousands of dollars now. We definitely take advantage of all the technology we can. And there's a lot of it now. It's pretty crazy. And sometimes I'm bad at paying attention to it. Sometimes I go 2 years kind of not paying attention, and then someone I know who records comes over like, dude, have you heard of this? And I'm like, mind blown. Even in a couple of years, everything is different. So it's definitely a task keeping up with that stuff as well.
Butterflies, all I can do is stand, so flawless and original. My heart drops, let light overcome the darkness.
So behind us, we have about 15 Sennheiser and Neumann microphones ready to go for our acoustic performance we're about to do. We have everything from FET 47, we have a U87, E914s for acoustic guitar. I think we're using that on percussion as well. We have TLM 103s and the FET 47 set up for a string quartet that we have coming in. We got our friend Kyle who's helping engineer it. He also works out of here, but he's had a little more experience than me, so it'll be kind of a fun learning experience.
I have an engraved Our Last Night 935, which I'm gonna be using for the acoustic performance later today. That's awesome. We didn't know we were even gonna get that, and I just saw it. The FedEx guy dropped it off, opened it up, and it was engraved Our Last Night. I was very excited. I'm gonna hang it up on my fireplace in a glass box. Maybe have it rotating constantly. I love the 935. I've used it for 10 years plus, yeah.
If we use anything else, there'll be way too much bleed in here. But those also sound great. We did a sound check the other day. Sound awesome. And everyone will be on the HD 280 headphones. And when I'm mixing, I'm almost always going back and forth between my monitors and then to my headphones. With the HD 280s, you almost get a little bit of the depth that you have when you're using monitors. So it's not like a huge difference. Sometimes it gives you a little reset for your levels. Sometimes you'll put the headphones on and you'll be like, whoa, my kick drum is like 3 dB too loud, which is ridiculous. But sometimes when you're on your monitors, things get crazy, your ears get tired. And then the monitors, you're always cranking because you're excited that your mix sounds good, so you can crank it up and then turn it down. So it's just good. They're awesome headphones, super accurate, while still sounding not punishingly flat at the same time. So live, we're also using pretty much all Sennheiser microphones, all the Evolution series for the drums, Evolution series wireless as well. I think I use a 935 capsule. He uses a 945. He's the lead guy, so he gets.
I gotta have like the nicer version of everything.
Yeah. He just needs to sound like a tiny bit better.
Tiny bit better.
Yeah, also we use the MK4s we put those under the cymbals a lot of times for the overheads. It's kind of cool, they kind of stay out of the way, you almost don't even notice it there, but they sound really awesome. Our sound guy, Jimmy, loves them for overheads. We did a really cool thing where we used the MK4 in a song and a video for every single track on the whole song. We did kick drum, acoustic, guitar, we did it for vocals. Yeah, literally everything. I think we did some cymbal swells. It was an acoustic song, but there was still some percussion. There was kick drum and
It sounds
snare.
awesome. I mean, it's on our Spotify. I mean, it gets a lot of streams, and it's not like a super expensive mic. We always tell our fans if they're looking for a mic to use for their studio or just starting out to get the MK4.
It almost sounds like you're listening to the acoustic with your ears without any processing. That's really cool.
Open your eyes and you will find that we all live broken lives.
All of the covers that we've done, we film ourselves. It's usually me and Matt, and then either one of us edit the videos.
Every video we do, I would say we just learn 1 or 2 tricks.
I will say it used to take us a while. Like I would go through maybe 8 shots on drums with a Ronin until I got the right one. I would say the last like 3 covers that I filmed, I now know exactly what I'm gonna use in the edit for the final cover. So I mean, we've nailed it down so much where we know exactly what to get right away. So the process has been pretty fast for the most part. And we've kind of built this room. I mean, when we built it a year ago, we knew we were gonna film so many covers in it. So we have this light wall back here. We made sure the track lighting was gonna be, all the lights are gonna be movable. So wherever we're standing, we can angle the lights down. We don't use additional lighting. We just have what's in the room, and that's what works
Yeah,
for
we try
us.
to
So-
make it easy for us.
Yeah, so I mean, literally on our phones, we have cool drums, switch the dimmers this bright, move these lights this way, and then that's how we set up every time we film a cover. So it's nailed down, but it's funny to go back from cover 1 to the covers now. I mean, it's a game changer for sure.
Yeah. You want to look back at your old stuff and think it sucks. A lot of artists or creators kind of are scared to release stuff when they don't think they're good enough. But like, I always tell them that exact same thing. You want to look back at your old stuff and think that it's bad, or else there's no room for growth, really. A lot of times you think something's bad, and there's going to be a whole large group of people that thinks it's awesome. Right when you start creating stuff, just put everything out there and let people experience you getting better at it.
I think our biggest cover on YouTube was filmed with an iPhone, and it was we filmed it in 3 takes. It was for this app we were working with. We just edited the whole video on this app called Video Shop, and that was it. But it's funny to have that and release that. It took 5 minutes to throw together for spending hours with a C100, editing it in Final Cut and stuff like that, and it get a fraction of the amount of views. So again, like he said, fans think an iPhone video is amazing sometimes. You don't have to just like make sure you have this unbelievable footage with this crazy camera that costs thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, sometimes you just have to put it out there, and it might work for that song, might not, but you just gotta do it.
Yeah. When it comes to making quality content, it might sound corny, but I think really you just do the best you can with your knowledge and with your gear that you currently have. And as long as you're doing that and you're putting time into it and you're putting effort into it and you genuinely care about what you're doing, I think people will see that and it will be recognizable through your work.